Imagine pressing a reset button every time you get tired, injured, or even old. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But in the animal kingdom, a few remarkable creatures actually live like this. These are the animals that seem to defy time itself, managing to reset their lives over and over again. But how do they do it? Let's dive into the lives of nature's true time loop masters. First up, let's meet the remarkable Planarian Worm. These little flatworms don't look like much at first glance, just small, squishy creatures crawling through ponds and streams. But their secret superpower, regeneration on an epic scale. Imagine you had the ability to regrow a lost arm, or even your entire body. If you cut a Planarian in half, each half will regenerate into a complete worm. Yes, that means you get 2 worms from just one. Scientists have found that Planarians can keep regenerating, practically forever, by tapping into their huge reserve of stem cells, special cells that can become any type of tissue. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about regeneration. When Planarians go through this regeneration process, they actually seem to reset their biological age. Some researchers think they might not age in the same way most animals do at all. It's as if every time they're injured, they hit their own reset button, keeping them forever young. Talk about nature's version of the fountain of youth. Next on our list is the legendary Immortal Jellyfish. Picture this. You're a tiny, delicate jellyfish floating in the ocean. You grow up, live your jellyfish life, but then something threatens your survival. Maybe a nasty predator, or you get hurt, or even just start feeling your age. Well, the Immortal Jellyfish has a trick for that. It can reverse its life cycle and start all over again, like rewinding a movie. When things get rough, this jellyfish turns back the clock in a mind-blowing process called transdifferentiation. It essentially de-ages itself by transforming back into a blob-like stage known as a polyp, kind of like a baby jellyfish. Then, from this polyp stage, it grows back into an adult, all fresh and new. So technically, if an immortal jellyfish can avoid things like disease or hungry predators, it could keep resetting indefinitely. In a way, it's nature's real-life Benjamin Button, always capable of growing young again. Next is the mighty lobster. Most of us think of lobsters as those crusty creatures served in seafood restaurants, but lobsters in the wild are practically masters of eternal youth. Unlike most animals that slow down and show signs of age, lobsters seem to just keep growing. You see, as lobsters age, they don't get weaker. They actually keep growing larger, and many biologists believe they can keep this up for decades, even centuries. What's their secret? Well, lobsters produce a special enzyme called telomerase, which continuously repairs their DNA. For most animals, telomerase production slows down over time, which is one of the reasons we age. But lobsters don't seem to follow that rule. Thanks to their high telomerase levels, their cells keep dividing and repairing without many signs of aging. This doesn't mean they're totally immortal, though. Growing takes a lot of energy, and eventually the molting process, where they shed their shells to grow a new one, becomes too risky and exhausting. But until then, lobsters live on, almost like the growing giants of the ocean. In the end is one of the toughest creatures on Earth, the tardigrade, or water bear. These microscopic critters may not look like much, but they've got the incredible ability to pause their lives. Yes, you heard that right. In extreme conditions, like drought, freezing temperatures, or even the vacuum of space, tardigrades can go into a state called cryptobiosis. In cryptobiosis, a tardigrade dries up, loses almost all of its water, and enters a sort of suspended animation. It's not dead, but it's not exactly alive either. It's more like they've hit pause on life itself. When conditions improve, the tardigrade wakes up, rehydrates, and continues right where it left off, sometimes years or even decades later. Think of it as the ultimate survival trick. Imagine if you could just pause your life during a tough time and resume it when everything's okay. With this ability, tardigrades can withstand extreme environments that would kill most other creatures, making them some of the most resilient life forms we know. It's a wild world out there, full of creatures who aren't just surviving, they're rewriting the rules of life itself. Which of these time-defying creatures blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments. If these incredible survival tricks amazed you, leave a comment, hit like, share, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing nature stories.